Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most mysterious and debated figures in the Bible, the Antichrist. If you've ever read the book of Revelation or heard people talk about end times prophecy, you've probably come across this shadowy character. But who is he? Where does he come from? And what does Revelation actually say about him? Stick around, because we're going to break it all down step by step. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on more videos like this. Let's get started. The book of Revelation is the final book of the Bible, written by the Apostle John around 95 AD while he was exiled on the island of Patmos. It's packed with wild visions, think apocalyptic horsemen, angels with trumpets, and a cosmic battle between good and evil. And right in the middle of all this chaos, we meet the Antichrist. But here's the thing, the word Antichrist doesn't actually appear in Revelation itself. Surprised? It's true. The term comes from other parts of the New Testament, like 1 John 2:18, where John says, "Children, it is the last hour, and as you have heard that Antichrist is coming, so now many Antichrists have come." So the idea is there's one big Antichrist with a capital A, but also smaller Antichrists, people or forces opposing Christ. In Revelation, though, this figure gets fleshed out in a big way, and he's tied to some pretty specific symbols and events. So where do we find the Antichrist in Revelation? Most scholars point to chapter 13, where John describes a beast rising out of the sea. This beast has 10 horns, 7 heads, and crowns on its horns. Pretty freaky, right? Revelation 13:1-2 says it's like a leopard with feet like a bear and a mouth like a lion. Sounds like something out of a nightmare. But here's the key, verse 2 says, "The dragon gave the beast his power and his throne and great authority." The dragon, earlier in chapter 12, is identified as Satan. So this beast is basically Satan's right-hand man on earth. Now this beast does some wild stuff. In Revelation 13:3, one of its heads gets a fatal wound, but somehow heals, and the whole world is amazed and starts following it. Then in verse 7, it's given power to wage war against God's people and conquer them, ruling over every tribe, people, language, and nation. Oh, and here's the famous part. Revelation 13:16-18 talks about the mark of the beast. People can't buy or sell without this mark, which is the number 666. That's where the Antichrist legend really takes off. People have been obsessed with decoding that number for centuries. So, who is this guy? Revelation doesn't give us a name or a birth certificate, but it paints a picture. The beast is a political and spiritual leader with global influence, empowered by Satan to deceive the world. Some think he's a literal person, an evil ruler who will show up in the end times. Others say the beast is more symbolic, representing corrupt systems or empires that oppose God, like Rome was back in John's day. In Revelation chapter 17, there's another clue. A mysterious figure called Babylon the Great rides the beast, which some interpret as a false religion or culture tied to the Antichrist's power. What's clear is that the Antichrist isn't just some random bad guy. Revelation chapter 19, verses 19-20, shows him leading armies against Jesus at the Battle of Armageddon, only to be defeated when Christ returns. So his story ends in failure, thrown into the lake of fire along with the false prophet who's like his hype man in chapter 13. The message? No matter how powerful he seems, the Antichrist doesn't win. Okay, so why should we care about this today? For one, the Antichrist is a warning. Revelation says he'll deceive a ton of people with miracles and charisma. Think of a leader who seems amazing but has a dark agenda. It's a call to discernment, to not just follow the crowd. Plus, for Christians, it's a reminder that evil doesn't get the last word. God does. People have tried to pin the Antichrist label on everyone from emperors to popes to modern politicians. But the Bible keeps it vague enough that we're left watching and waiting. What do you think? Is the Antichrist a future figure, or is he already here in some form? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. That's it for today's deep dive into the Antichrist in Revelation. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more videos on faith, prophecy, and the Bible. Next time, we'll tackle another big question, maybe the Four Horsemen or the New Jerusalem. What do you want to see? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.